This is an entirely free step-by-step training to help you go from 0 to 100,000 targeted engaged followers on Instagram in 2021. Using the same strategies I've used to build many of my own accounts into the multiple hundreds of thousands of followers each, and many clients hundreds of thousands if not millions of followers. I don't want to waste any of your valuable time, so let's dive straight into the training. Here are some timestamps. Drop a like on the video and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Make sure you watch this video through to the end, as if you don't catch these second to last and final step of this, then you'll be wasting your time just doing the first ones without the last two. So watch it all start to finish and you will crush it on Instagram. Also, I have linked my brand new Instagram crash course down in the top of the description. It's just $9 if you join today. Let's dive into the training. So number one, when you want to build your Instagram, the first step, which a lot of people overlook, is you have to optimize your profile to turn profile visits into followers. Like I say, this is obvious, but it's massively overlooked. When someone lands on your Instagram account, you want them to be wowed out and like, oh my god, this account's awesome. The better your profile is optimized, the higher your conversion rate of profile visits to followers will be, and the faster you will then grow. If you're already active on Instagram, you could be already getting 1,000 profile visits per day. But if only 5% of those 1,000 are following you, that's 50 new followers per day. And considering all of us have people unfollow us each day, or Instagram removes accounts that are following us, you could be losing up to 30 accounts per day that are following you. Meaning at this 5% conversion rate, getting 50, losing 30, you're only growing 20 followers a day. If you were to optimize your profile, tidy up the bio, improve the profile photo, get a better username, and sharpen up your content, it's not out of reach to be able to bump up that conversion rate from 5% to 20 or 25%. Meaning you go from gaining a net 20 followers a day up to a net 170. That already is 8 times the rate of growth. And this is without increasing the amount of time that you spend on the platform or having to put in any additional effort aside from just optimizing it from the start. And this will also improve the results of all your other strategies that you're applying, whether it be hashtags, the $80 method, influencer marketing, running ads, cross promotions, anything that you're doing. Being able to first optimize your profile will massively improve the results of all these other strategies. So getting clear on who you're trying to reach, how you can serve them, and writing your bio in a way that is going to really speak to those people, and having awesome content, great profile picture, good name, good username, etc. Not only will this allow you to get more followers to your account, but if you've done it the right way, it'll also allow you to get leads and customers into your business and start generating a return on investment on Instagram, making some cold hard cash. Moving on to step 2, and that is post awesome content. I know you've heard this a million times. Post good content, post engaging content, post better content. I've said it a million times. Every other person on YouTube who talks about Instagram has said this as well. And it's because it's true. Now, once you've optimized your bio to convert profile visits into followers, you need to optimize your content to actually get people to your account. No point in optimizing it and then not sending anyone to it. Now, the most tried and tested strategy to grow any social media account on any platform that will always work is having awesome content. Like I say, GaryV talks about it, I talk about it, everyone talks about it, but it's because it works. The fundamental piece of your growth comes down to your content. The second piece is the growth strategy. So if you don't have great content, then the growth strategies aren't going to help you that much. If you do have great content, then even if you're average at the growth strategies, or even if you don't apply them that much, you will still be able to grow, because content is always the key. Now, realistically, I can't tell you exactly what to post. It is different with every niche. And even if I went out there and went through all the niches and said, hey, for this niche, post this, for this niche, post that, for this niche, post this, in 6 months or a year's time, it could have changed what is working really well in those niches. And as I want this video to serve people of all niches for years and years to come, I'm going to instead show you how to do it yourself. What you want to optimize your content for is 2 things. It has to be valuable and visually appealing. So before you go ahead and post something, ask yourself, is this valuable to the type of follower I'm trying to attract? How will it help them? Or will it help them? If you struggle to answer this, if you struggle to see how this is adding to the lives of your followers, whether it's educating them, entertaining them, making them laugh, making them happy, making them sad, informing them, whatever it might be, If you struggle to find how this piece of content is serving them, then it's probably not a great piece of content. Now, for myself on at IG with Josh, which by the way, I'm about to start getting really active on again. So if you want to learn a ton about Instagram, follow my Instagram here. On that account, my target audience is people who are trying to grow their business on Instagram and sometimes a few YouTube tips as well. So let's take a look at this post right here. How will this help my audience? This post will show people how to get more views on their Instagram Reels, which will help them build their audience and grow their income, potentially get more leads, sales, etc., and grow their business. Now, the second part of content is, does it look good visually? Will it capture the attention of someone who is scrolling through the explore page? Now, there are definitely more visually appealing posts, and there are a lot of creators, especially in this space, who have done it considerably better than this. But it is still nice, presentable, looks good enough, and it ticks the box for this as well. I could always improve it. There's always room for improvement, but it's solid enough. But always strive to make it visually appealing and valuable. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of the time you probably know if your content is great or not. If you were to put it up alongside a competitor in your niche who is doing better than you, which post would you pick, theirs or yours? Whose would you view as a viewer in this niche? Whose post would you pick? If the answer is you're more likely to click on the competitor's post, look at what they're doing, look at what they're doing better than you and how you can improve your content. And whilst on social media and in life in general, you shouldn't always be comparing yourself to others. At the end of the day, this algorithm on Instagram, it is a competition. So if someone else's content in your niche is considerably better than yours, they will be getting pushed by Instagram because a higher percentage of people will be clicking on that, liking it, commenting on it, sharing it, engaging with it, etc. And if they're consistently doing this better than you, Instagram will just push their account instead of yours because at the end of the day, they're trying to keep people on the platform for longer by pushing the best content. Moving on to phase 3, and this is highly targeted hashtags. A great way to get your content in front of more people very easily with little to no effort is adding hashtags. Is pretty much SEO but for Instagram. Now, I'm sure you've seen a million different hashtag tutorials. You've potentially seen mine, and if you haven't, I've linked it down below. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I do want to just cover the basics of it. So to cover the basics of hashtags, you essentially want to be going for hashtags that are highly targeted to your content and account, that are not so big that the competition on them is impossible to beat, but they're not so small that if you do rank in the trending section, there's no real benefit to it. You really want to try and find that sweet spot. Now, the size of hashtags which are too big or too small is completely relevant to your account, the engagement you're getting, the size of your account, and the quality of your content. What I do is I simplify and systemize this entire process using a software called Flick. This allows me to connect my Instagram account through my Facebook page to this platform. They go through and analyze my engagement, my reach, all of this stuff, and then apply a set of filters so they only show me the hashtags which are going to be well suited to my account and as optimized as possible. Once they've added the filters based off my engagement and reach, all I have to do is type in my keywords and Flick will spit out lists full of hashtags that are the right size and of the right targeting for my account. This allows me to then grow my audience very, very easily. All I then do is select the specific hashtags that I want, create a list, and in under 10 minutes, I've done my hashtag research. I've created a couple of sets of highly targeted hashtags that I can rank on. Then all I do is each month I go back and I update this because as your account grows, you're going to be getting more reach, more engagement, potentially better content, and you'll be able to rank on bigger hashtags. Some of the sizes of hashtags may have also fluctuated, and so by updating them every 2 to 4 weeks, it's going to allow you to get the best results, especially considering it's only going to take you 5 to 10 minutes to do once a month. Now, I've linked my full hashtag tutorial in the description of this video, and you can also get a free 7-day trial of Flick using my affiliate link in the description as well. Now, you don't have to pay for a software like Flick. You could do this entirely manually on your own. You can look at your account, you can work out your average engagement that you're getting for your posts. You can then search your keywords inside of Instagram, look at the suggested hashtags that are a bit smaller, work out the average engagement of those posts to find the ones that you could rank your content on, and then go about repeating that 30 times over to create a set of highly targeted hashtags that you can rank on. But this could take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours to go through and do all of this in depth and get it right, whereas you could do it in 10 minutes using something like Flick. And personally, I would prefer spend the $10 a month or so that Flick is and save 3 to 5 hours, because assuming you're making more than $3.30 an hour, it makes sense to leverage software to make your life easier and more productive. Now, I personally don't rely on hashtags anymore, and I don't think they are the be-all and end-all of Instagram growth. There are a lot of other strategies that I'm using to actively grow my account considerably faster than with hashtags alone. However, it is a great way to get additional reach for little to no effort. Like I say, it takes me 10 minutes once a month to set up and optimize my hashtags, and then after that, all I'm doing is when I post, I go down to the caption, I put in hashtag hashtag 1, and then all my hashtags pop up, boom. It literally takes me about 5 seconds to add them to a post, and it is just additional reach that I wouldn't have otherwise got. It's like a bonus. Moving on to the fourth phase, and that is the GARYV comment strategy. Now, this one really comes down to budget. If you've got a bit of money to play with and you're wanting to invest that from the start, then I would suggest you just skip forward to step number 5. On the other hand, if you don't have money to invest and you instead want to invest your time, or maybe you do have money you want to invest, but you want to first learn the ropes organically before you start investing, which is a very smart idea, then this step is for you. By this point, you've got an optimized profile, great content, targeted hashtags, and things are ticking along quite nicely. Now it's time to take things up a notch with a bit more of an aggressive growth strategy. Now this is known as the comment strategy, which was, I guess, coined by Gary V as the $80 strategy. What you want to do is dedicate a specific amount of time each day. Maybe it's 20 minutes, maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 2 hours, depending on how much time you've got to spend. And what you want to do with this time is go out there and find the accounts and hashtags that have got the target audience that you want to get in front of. Then what you do is you simply put yourself in front of this target audience by commenting on these accounts and hashtags. Comment on the post, reply on the posts, like comments on the posts, and just put yourself in front of these people. It's not going to make you go viral overnight. It's not going to explode your account, but if you can drop 100 comments a day, maybe that takes you 30 minutes, and 10% of them become engaged fans, that's an additional 10 followers per day that are going to be highly targeted to what you're up to and really interested in what you have to say. And whilst those are not insane numbers, gaining additional 300 or so per month, they are going to be very engaged people, and this can help you get the snowball rolling for your other strategies. Because as those highly targeted followers start engaging with your content, liking, commenting, tagging friends, sharing it to their story, etc., things are going to start snowballing. That additional engagement will help you rank on hashtags, rank on the explore page, get your content shared, and so forth. On top of this, if you've got something to sell, like let's say you're a fitness trainer that's got some sort of $1,000 8-week program where you help people build muscle, or maybe you help people lose weight, or whatever it is with your scenario. Even if just 1% of these new highly targeted followers turn into customers, that's an additional $3,000 per month in income for your business from this one strategy. So it's definitely worth it, especially for personal brands and businesses that have got offers to promote. Now, I'm going to be straight up with you. I personally do not use this strategy a lot nowadays. Before Instagram put limits on this, and back when I was in high school, I would sit in class and comment on thousands of posts per day, literally sometimes over 1,000 comments per day, whilst I was sitting in economics or business class. Shout out to my teachers for not kicking me out. But nowadays, I'm more focused on other strategies that I'm doing at my phase, as a lot of my accounts and clients have got a lot more of an audience, a bit of a bigger budget to spend, and we're doing more paid strategies. However, if I was starting out again, I would 100% go ahead and use this strategy to gain my first few thousand, or even first 10 or 20,000 targeted engaged fans. So I could go out there, leave a couple hundred comments a day, engage with a ton of people, and build up a loyal fan base of people engaging with my content, sharing it, tagging their friends, and supporting my business. And that would really help me get the snowball rolling, get a bunch of customers and loyal true fans who are engaging with me. And that's going to help me build my audience virally through the explore page, hashtags, and so on. I've got a full tutorial on how to use this strategy step by step, and I walk you through how I do it, which is linked below if you want to check that out after you've finished watching this. Moving on to step number 5, and that is you're going to pay for promotions in your niche. By this point in your journey, your profile should be optimized, your content should be great, you'll be growing with hashtags, and you'll be starting to pick up some true fans with the $1.80 strategy. At the same time, you should be generating leads and customers for your business or making an income of some form. If you want to scale these results, you can do the pro version of the GARYV strategy, which, a little bit of a secret for you, this is the real way that Gary gained his millions of followers alongside his great content. Instead of going onto the accounts that have your target following and commenting on them, liking the comments, replying to comments and so forth, what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to these accounts and you're going to ask them how much they charge to promote your account and endorse your profile. For Gary V to gain hundreds of thousands of followers in his first year on Instagram, he didn't do it by spending all day in the comment section and leaving millions of comments. He sure did a lot of that. He definitely did a lot of that in his own comment section and other people's comment sections. But the real way that he gained a lot of followers, along with great content, was paying influencers such as ourselves to distribute that content to more people that had his target audience. What he did is he bought a bunch of promotions from networks of business theme pages, including our own accounts that were in these networks. We got paid to promote his content, and we would post his content, and that would help him reach hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people per week, which would then lead to massive growth for his account. I'm not saying this to slander Gary. He's incredible at what he does, and all of his success has come from his hard work, great content, and so forth, but this is one of the strategies that he used to build his account. What you want to first do is identify the accounts that have your target audience. Lastly, you also want to make sure these accounts have got a great relationship with their audience. They're getting a lot of comments, they're getting a lot of likes on their posts, a lot of people are sharing it, and this is going to mean that you're going to get better results when they promote you because their audience likes that account and trusts their word a lot more. Then you're going to reach out to them, ask them how much they charge for promotion, show them what you're trying to do, set up a deal, and go ahead and let it run. You run the promotion, you gain a few new followers, leads, and customers. You then repeat this with a bunch of different accounts in the niche, work out which ones are getting you the best results, and then you spend more money with those. The tricky part to this is finding the right accounts that are going to generate you the best results, as well as the best creatives that'll convert the followers to followers of yours. And this is where the whole 80-20 rule comes in. 20% of the accounts that you use will be generating 80% of the results. Your goal is to find that 20% and just work with them. Now, this is becoming harder and harder to differentiate without actually spending money. In the past, it was relatively easy to look at an account, look through their engagement, and work out which ones were good and which ones were not so good. But nowadays, there's a lot more deception, there's a lot more tricks, fake engagement, fake followers, all of these different things, which is making it harder and harder to identify the good from the bad before purchasing promotions. So a lot of the time you're just going to have to bite the bullet, put your money where your mouth is, and buy some promotions, find out which ones are the duds, find out which ones are good, and then scale from there. The best way to get really good at this is just through a ton of testing. Go out there, buy some promotions, try some different accounts, try some different creatives, test different bios, and then eventually you will get better with it over time. Now, this could cost you a lot of money. It could cost you thousands, if not tens of thousands, until you really get a down pat system that works. Great creatives, great bio, great accounts, great offers on the back end to get a return on this investment. But at the end of the day, if you can learn that skill, it is very, very in demand. And this here is exactly what my agency does for 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs looking to build their personal brands on Instagram. We run their influencer campaigns for them to grow their audience, and we consult them on how to monetize it. We've done all the trial and error over the years to work out the right creatives and right accounts to use, and that's how we can get people great results. We cut out that whole testing phase. A client might, for example, give us $5,000 to work with to grow their audience, and we could turn that into 15, even 20,000 targeted followers to their account. If they're a business consultant that charges $10,000 as a fee to come into a business, help them fix their systems, fix their marketing, improve their product, and scale their business, then even if they can get one client out of those 20,000 new targeted followers, they've already doubled their money and are in profit. Then after that, they might turn around and put together an ebook with their best lessons and sell this for $20 on their profile. If they can get 1% of this new audience to purchase from them, that's an additional $4,000, all of which is profit. With that hypothetical there, this customer would be able to spend $5,000 a month with us to grow their audience, and they make back $14,000 whilst also generating 20,000 targeted followers in the process. So they make a profit, they gain a lot of followers, and they do it without spending all day on the platform, and it is a very scalable model once you get everything dialed in. If you'd like help scaling your business and you've got a budget to work with in this niche, feel free to check out my agency, which is linked below. You can fill out the application form and we'll get back to you if you're a good fit, and we'll talk about how we can best serve you to build your audience. Now, moving on to the second to last step, step number 6, I believe it is, and that is having some sort of offer to monetize your audience. We touched on this just before, but if you really want to see awesome results and serve your audience on a deeper level, you should put together some sort of offer which is going to allow you to monetize your time and better serve your followers. This could be an ebook you sell, a digital course, an e-commerce store, a handful of companies that you're an affiliate partner for. It could be coaching, it could be consulting, it could be a blog, it could be a YouTube channel, could be a range of different things. But you should have some way of generating an income back from your Instagram account. Building followers for the sake of building followers is a fool's game. You should be treating Instagram as a business and building it into one. On top of this, by having an income stream from your account, it will allow you to grow considerably faster. Let's say you're a coach or some form of expert and you're trying to build your following on Instagram. At the moment, you're gaining 1,000 followers a month through the strategies we've talked about, and you decide to put together an ebook for $20, which you sell with some of your best tips and tricks inside of your industry. And in this case, let's say 5% of your new followers, 1,000 per month, buy this book from you. That right there is a simple way to add another $1,000 per month in income to you from your Instagram account. What you can then do to really see better results is you can turn around and with this $1,000, you can put $100 or $200 of that back into hiring a designer to produce your content for you. Now, one, this is going to take a lot of time off your hands that you were previously creating content. And two, it's going to allow you to have better content because you're hiring someone who is better than you at it. Then secondly, you could hire a virtual assistant who's going to do the $1.80 strategy for you. They're going to go out there and comment on a bunch of accounts each and every day to grow your audience faster and faster and faster. Again, decreasing the amount of time you spend on the platform, and they may well be better at it than you, so you're getting better results. Then you could deploy the remaining $600 into influencers to repost your best content to grow your audience. And this could gain you an additional 1,000 to 3,000 followers per month pretty comfortably. In reality, if you improved your content massively, hired a VA for the $1.80 and spent $600 a month on influencers, you would increase your growth by way more than 3,000 per month, but we're just going to use that as a rough estimate. And in this case, by simply putting together an ebook to better serve your audience, which is hosted on a site of your own and delivered on autopilot, so you don't have to put in any work to sell this aside from it being linked in your bio or promoted on your stories and so on. You have now decreased the amount of time you spend on Instagram, increased your growth 3 to 5 times, and also you're building your customer base up quickly. If you maintain that same 5% conversion rate and now you're gaining 5,000 followers per month, your income has suddenly gone from $1,000, 5% of 5,000 is $250, and that's $5,000 per month profit. I think I've got my maths right. And this is all without having to invest any of your own money. All you're doing is putting together a product and then reinvesting the profits. Now, obviously that's a simplified example and you may not hit those exact numbers. You may do better, you may do worse. So it all comes down to trial and error, and over time you're going to get better at it. But you could definitely apply that model. Have an offer, make an income, reinvest that money, grow faster. But what exactly is the best offer that you can use? I'll probably make an entire video on this alone, but it really depends on your niche. You just want to look at what your audience really wants. If you're a coach or an expert of some shape or form, then you're probably going to want to look into a digital product like a course, an ebook, maybe even coaching or consulting. If you run a theme page of something that you're not an expert in, so maybe you run a theme page on health or fitness or motivation or business, but you're not a motivational speaker and you're not a fitness expert, you're just reposting content, then look into something like affiliate marketing where you can promote someone else who is an expert and earn a commission. If you run a page based around a passion such as photography or animals or sports or so on, then you could also look at affiliate marketing, but you could also look into e-commerce and building a dropshipping store. And then moving on to the final step, number 7, and that is do more of what is working best. Apply the 80-20 rule. Over time, you want to make sure that you're adapting to what is working the best for you. If you notice one thing performing better than the alternatives, double down and do more of that. Whether it be a content topic, a content style, a monetization strategy, a growth strategy, whatever it might be, double down on what is working and cut what is not. Apply the 80-20 rule to see the best results with the least amount of effort, or the same amount of effort but on the most productive things to exponentially grow your results. And that there is pretty much this whole Instagram training wrapped up. I talked about a lot of stuff in here, so feel free to go back, rewind, pause, take screenshots, etc., and go ahead and apply this so you can make the absolute most of it. If you want to speed up your results on Instagram, start gaining thousands of followers per month, and make your first $1,000 on the platform, then you can join my Instagram crash course, which is linked below, and if you join today, is only $9. Inside that, we go a bit more in depth. Inside that, we go more in depth into screen recordings and walking you through more of what I've shown you today, as well as some other strategies and a monetization blueprint. I've also linked my hashtag tutorial and $80 strategy tutorial in the description of this video, so you can check them out. And if you want to get a free 7-day trial of Flick, my affiliate link is there for that too. Lastly, if you've got over $1,000 per month to work with and you want to start seeing serious results with your Instagram, check out my agency in the description, fill out the application, and we'll get back to you with how we can best help you. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, drop a comment down below, and I will see you all in the next video sometime soon. Cheers.